concept behind Pulsin was to make a nutrition snack that provided people with all the nutrients they need whilst on the run, out and about around town. When we started, we saw that the bar market was quite undeveloped. The bars were quite high in sugar. There was lots of allergens. There was nothing really that inspired us. So we saw there's really a gap here for something that's a bit different. The product development at Pulsin was primarily done by myself. We've always designed, developed and manufactured the products in-house. That was one of our points of difference and something that we were always committed to from the beginning. Development really started quite simply at the beginning. I mean, literally before we started the company, I was developing products at home, literally on the back of an envelope, writing down recipes. And as the journey continued, we got more and more sophisticated with spreadsheets and many iterations to try and get the recipe perfect. And really, we're always developing. We've got a continual process of improving the products. So even any product that's launched, every 6 to 12 months, the product will be slightly changed. The recipe will be slightly tweaked to make it moister, tastier, to reduce the sugar or the carbohydrates. And for us, that's been important to continue to develop and improve. Pulsin has been around now for 10 years. We started in London originally. That was where we designed and tested the products around the London health food market. Around 8 years ago, we moved to Gloucestershire. Since we started the company, the category has evolved. I mean, it's changed. It's a paradigm shift, really. Now it's more and more competitive. There's many bars launching. It's almost every month we see a new bar market, whether they're from America, whether they're from Europe or the UK. There's new brands, new products coming out all the time. And in a way, it's a good thing, particularly for the consumer, because it's raising the bar every time. People are looking for high protein, lower sugar. It's getting more and more competitive, and the consumer's got more and more choice. Whereas when we started, there was really no choice. There was a handful of brands that have been around maybe since the 80s. And the market was in its infancy back then. The vision for Pulsin has always been to bring high quality nutritional snacks and nutritional products to the mainstream market. That's always been our vision, and it still is our vision. We're getting closer and closer. And within that, of course, to meet the demands of the mainstream customer, the product has to be fantastic. It has to taste really good. It has to meet all the nutritional requirements. We do export the Pulsin products to around 30 countries across the globe, primarily in the European Union, but also as far as Japan and the Middle East. For any company exporting, there's plenty of challenges to overcome. Of course, traditionally, it's been much easier exporting within the European Union. I guess it's anyone's guess what happens with that going forwards. But outside of the European Union has always been more challenging, both in terms of paperwork and also cultural expectations. As you can imagine, the market in, say, Japan is very different to the market in Spain or Sweden. Every country has different expectations, different regulations. So meeting all those requirements, it does require attention to detail. And what we've realised is, of course, the UK is our home market, and it's also one of the best markets in the world. So we're primarily focusing on the UK.